So good morning guys, I'm here, I'm back. Just woke up from my flight last night. It was tiring. So I've arrived here at the X-Fly event here in Shanghai. So as you can see, it's nearby a stadium. And there's Sheng, the organizers for this event. So he's been touring me around, he's been organizing this big event. So yeah, so we're looking forward to it. Nice, Cheng. Very good setup. Imagine
Thank
this
you for
cage.
coming.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. My pleasure. Yeah, hopefully we can all at one point also come, my friends, and attend the races.
Definitely come.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll tour them around, and yeah, we'll set up the timing system in a bit.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. See you later, Cheng. Race course in there. It's awesome, guys. Look at that. So it's actually surrounded by big offices. I can see a VMware building behind me there, right? We've got all the technology offices around. Big stadium. Yeah. So we'll be setting up the TBS system in a minute. I'll show you guys some walkthrough about it, and kind of how are we gonna hold this event. Get back to you. See ya. Show you guys around the track. That's the starting area over there. First gate. So the timing system will be somewhere around in that area, as prescribed by traffic. Okay, so first turn, and then probably another turn here. Probably, I don't know, maybe another turn in that tower, mini tower over there, and then going around the track. I'm not sure the exact track looks like at the moment, but I think they're gonna change it a bit. So once I get a full view of it, I'll show you guys once. So guys, just a little bit of a walkthrough. So you need a laptop, a working laptop, has an external mouse. So you need a cable from the modem, the Wi-Fi modem, to the laptop. They suggest to use an adapter for the LAN. For some reason, I think it could be just a speed or anything like that. So this cable, this LAN cable, goes straight to the modem and to one of the ports. Just make sure you don't plug into the WAN port. There's usually a WAN port for internet and a sequential number of ports, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And the other port, which is just the normal port as well, goes straight to the tracker. So I'll show you guys later the tracker once I've plugged that in. Alright? And actually the interface as well. Okay? Be back in a second. So guys, here's the TBS event tracker race system. So as you can see, I've placed it with an angle so that you get the airflow going through under and behind. And in fact, because of the sensor, it has to be quite straightforward to where the first gate is. So there you go. I'll put it on angle here. So as you can see, the tracker over there, once it's passed through, those quads pass through this first gate, it eventually time their pass through. Well, I'd put a little bit outward a bit rather than right straight to the gate, because eventually you won't be really tracking this angle of the gate. But I'll give it a little bit of a more push on the left side here, just to be exact. So I'll leave it like this, and I'll do some testing, and I'll show you guys later. So we finished 2 rounds of exercise. So basically exercise is they determine here as the testing phase of the course. I've been checking with the system and did some amendments on pilots' names, the grouping part, how the qualifying is going to turn out, how the final is going to turn out, which is the elimination under the tabs. So just take a note. So today's race is going to be qualifying for 4 rounds, so 4 laps each. So that's 32 pilots in the group down to 20. So it's actually 29 pilots, going to be 8 group, and that's down to 16 best 16. So with best 16 there will be elimination, and that's going to be 1 lap each. So I'll be double checking with the organizers. That's usually the case, for races. So we'll hold on to that. 32, 16, 16, 8, 8, 4, and down to best 4, of course. So after this, we're taking a break at the moment. I'm gonna grab some food. So far, it's been very nice. So it's a good experience to, having to host a timing system in a real life racing event. So there's been some tear down of the roof, as you can see. So they've used like a very lenient net for the top and usual nets on the side. So that prevents the quad from actually like stucking at the top. But the problem is the wind blew it up. So that's funny. So as you can see on the sides here, they've used like the normal nets to stop the quads from coming off the course, and the top one is more of like a lenient net, so it's more thinner. So yeah, they're sorting it out. I think it will take some time, so I'll go grab some food. I'll double check on the elimination round, see if I've got the right settings, run down a video of how I set the race today, and do another summary of it so that you guys can have a look at it or maybe use it as a reference point if you guys are to host race and using a TBS system. So yeah, up till then, I'll get back to you guys later. This is the TBS event tracker. This is the main page. So I'm just gonna go through you guys and show you how I set up for this race. So first you log in, you start. So first you go into the options tab, you load the application.net. Once that's loaded, be sure to reset tournament and reset player if needed. And here you can change the name of the event. So today I'm hosting X-Fly Shanghai 2017. They could also load their logo. So you click here, but make sure you have the USB thumb drive. In there should be like a file called logo. So you change to the events logo and just upload them and click save. Every time you change anything here, I'd suggest you click reboot just for once, just to make sure that everything is reloaded. So once reloaded, you log into the page, you click application.net, and you basically click the load button. So once you've done this, you can start checking the receiver. So defaults, it changes down here. So today's race is 1368, so I click send, and same for the others. So once you've done that, all these receivers, all this RX will be updated to the right frequency, as you can see down here. Once you've set up that, you go to RSSI. Basically, you just really need to tune the tracker where the gates are. So today, the first scan would be right after the pass through the first gate. So I've checked the perimeter, the area of the gate, and making sure that if any quads fly beyond the gate, it doesn't get tracked. So I made this a little bit narrow. So the further you scroll it to the right, the narrower the space are. So the further you click it to the left, the bigger the space that it scans. So once you've done that, you make sure always calibrate and reset SRS once, and power up a quad and put it somewhere in place around the gate so that you make sure that it doesn't get detected. So if it gets detected far away, the lights will go on in green here. Then you'll have to recalibrate the values over here. So once you've selected the desired parameter where you wanted the drone to only be scanned, you can adjust this, and if you intended only when the drone passes the gate, it lights up to green, then you can set this right, and then you can power off the quad and re-power on the quad until you get the desired distance of the power. So once you've done that, you hit to the pilot's area, you load all the pilots' name one by one. The first one is always empty. So today we have 29 pilots and they would like 32, 16, 8, 4. So I've typed in all their names here. If few groups would be empty and they still need the one heat for 4 pilots, you make sure you put empty in sequence. Yeah, I had a little bit of issues here, but now it's correct. So here you change the name by clicking there, you type in the name, your country, if there's team, just type them here. I just ignore the first name and last name, I could just type the name. Once you've done that, you can go straight ahead to the groups. Here you can see hit 1 till hit 8. This is what I was mentioning earlier. So for hit 6, 7, and 8, the last frequency, the last band is, so the last channel is empty, MT2, MT3.
So if I click copy to all rounds, all the rounds, today is 4 rounds, so all rounds would have the same name of the pilots. Okay. So here it just gives you like a result of the race. Up here it's double 16, double 32, double 64 classic. I think it's pretty much self-explanatory. So just to get onto the wizard part, here it's basically where you set up all the preferences. I've set up lock time for 20 seconds. Any record short of this lap will prevent the false reading from nearby bypass track after gate. So today's the fastest lap is around 25-ish, something like that. I'm not too sure yet until we get to the qualifying lap. You can change this live while after next round of race, you can always go back here to Wizard and change them. So make sure just to type in the course length. I've typed in 200. Minimum lap is 18 seconds. So minimum lap time is for results. Shorter times will not show up in the results list. Just similar to this and the lock time. This I'll leave this at default. Click next. Qualifying will have 32 pilots, 4 seats, 4 rounds, and best lap. Lap 4s, and always start timekeeping from after the gate. Always start timekeeping after quads passes the first gate. So pretty much self-explanatory here. Qualification, fastest lap, best of all, and here the elimination would be top 16 from 32. So 4 seats. Sorry guys about the background. So I'll just continue on. I have no time later to do this, so might as well just do it now. So it's classic, so that will be left behind 16 pilots in 4 groups, semifinals 2 groups with 8 pilots, and down to 4 pilots for the finals. So I've selected a classic, I've selected 1/4, but this time for the elimination they would like to start timekeeping from the start of the start of the takeoff, not from the start gate. So I've changed this, still lap mode, bases, and then 4 laps. Hit save, remember, and you're good to go. Well, there you go guys, you've seen how the settings of the event tracker is set up for today's race. I might not get the other values correct, but I think so far I've hit it right. So basically when you set it up, it's just, takes a couple of time to actually just, work on the system preferences and everything like that, set up the races. Try a few runs, and eventually it's easy to learn. You'll get there. I've used it. I have no experience at all on these things, so I've always, as I said, flown as a pilot. I've never really sat at the judges area, and today it's just me. So yesterday I did like a kind of a half day learning the system, and now it's actual on the exercises earlier, and it seems like I've got the right values inputted, and I think it should be good to go. We'll see how the qualifying laps goes, and I think they wanted to finish the race today instead of a 2-day race. So what's gonna happen is once the qualifying is finished to the top 16, and we'll go on for the elimination round. If we get to finish it today, update you guys how it went, and let you guys know. It's a cool tool. Having to sit at the judges area instead of flying, it's kind of feel a bit different, but it chills you out. You're always tense when you're racing, right? But if you're enjoying the scenery, getting to use some systems you've never used before and learning it, and it seems to be working out so far so good. So I'll let you guys know later. Ciao.